Here is a sneak preview of what led to the speedy rise and the sudden fall of Gengetone music in Kenya. Gengetone was the new music genre that almost everyone was jamming to in 2019. In that year, this genre rose to become Kenya's newest love in the music industry. But how and where did it come from? It started when the hashtag Play Kenyan Music went viral, with DJs and media houses accused of playing Nigeria's Afrobeat and Tanzania's Bongo Flava instead of Kenyan music. Then Gengetone was born. It would seem that Kenyans had finally consumed more of their own music in 2019 compared to the past few years. And there had been fewer complaints from Kenyan artists and fans about the music played on local media. Gengetone had however generated a lot of controversy because of its vulgar language, with critics saying it was encouraging immorality. Critics had also pointed that the genre would fizzle out if the artists kept serving fans the same theme. But some fans disagreed, saying Gengetone had revolutionized the Kenyan music industry. The genre that was characterized by fast-paced beats, had spread its roots to gospel music. Some of the Gengetone artists who took Kenya by storm in 2019 included Ethic. This was the first Gengetone group to hit the mainstream media with its hit single Lumbalolo. Since then, the group served one club banger after another. The group was made of 4 members, Reckless, Swat, Zilla and Seska. Their hits included Pernderna, Chapa Chapa, Figa, Instagram, and Position, among others. But they had not been without controversy. Late 2019, the artists released the song Tarimbo, whose lyrics were termed offensive. Reckless, one of the Ethic members, sung I Nut without permission, and was condemned for encouraging rape. The song was pulled down and the group was silent for the rest of that year. Following was Sailors. They had been called the darling of the Gengetone genre. Miracle Baby, Shulkido, Ma Silver, Lexi Young, and Kokoschima made up this energetic group. In 2019, they headlined a number of events across the country, making quite some money along the way. They were then managed by Mwalimu Rachel. The group made headlines with songs such as Winarm Hey, Queen Bee, Perkajan, and Wakaritho, featuring Octopizzo, among others. Early December that year, they gifted fans with a gospel song, Yesu ni Mwadhani. There also came the Achunglo family. Known for hits such as Nai Wataki and Halyata, the group was made up of 3 lyrical geniuses Benzema, Nelly the Goon and Demery. Their other hits included Kanamama Yako and Biggie Himekul Wanadagi. The members had also worked on individual projects with other artists. Next was Boondocks Gang. The group made up of X-Ray, Odi Wayamurhanga, and Ethiomadix. Their song Boko Haram was a huge success and had more than 1 million views on YouTube. The group also made waves with Riang, which officially introduced them to Kenyans. Other songs included Thao, featuring Ethic, Kamangoto and Matho Gothanio. Then came Rico Gang. This was the only well-known Gengetone group with a female member. The members were Grace, Harry Craze, and Triand Rands. The group was known for its hit Kamunyaski. The group was formed in 2017 but shot to the limelight in 2019. Finally there was Zero Sufuri. He hit the charts with the song Zimanashika, which he first recorded as a freestyle and which went viral on social media. He then released the music video to the song as well as hits such as Matiati and Dondosa. Sufuri follows in the footsteps of Genga legend Yurkali. 2019 was the party year and I am sure many of us can attest to that. This was the year Kenyans were introduced to a new music genre Gengetone and we instantly fell in love with it even when many of us did not understand what was being said. We loved the hype. In every club, the DJ had to play an hour plus of nothing but Gengetone music due to the crowd's public demand. In the last quarter of 2019, all event organizers incorporated Gengetone artists and the tickets were always sold out. With the love of this new wave came the love for Kenyan music, which created the hashtag Play Kenyan Music. It was pushed by Joe Mushiri and many Kenyan artists who felt they had finally been accepted back home. Management companies and record labels wanted to sign these artists because there was potential to bring in money. They came in with amazing offers to win these artists who were new to the world of fame and money, thus they needed help maneuvering the entertainment scene. Then 2020 came and the music was still a bit hyped in January, but by March, the hype was no more. Things changed, and to make it worse, COVID-19 hit, so no events and no turn up for club nights. Actually no social gatherings. Music, especially Gengetone, suffered because there was little to no circulation of the music. Today, there is very little of Gengetone being heard. So is it dead? Speaking to Dankaz, manager at Black Market Records, who had signed the top Gengetone artists, he believes the genre is not dead. Play Kenyan Music was started as a serious revolution and push from some of Gengetone artists like Sailors Gang and Boondocks Gang, who spearheaded the Play Kenyan Music on all radio and TV stations, which, as was evident then, had brought about some changes in the Kenyan music industry. Even on mainstream, not just Gengetone, where Kenyans started listening and loving music made in Kenya by Kenyans, and where all artists, producers, directors started becoming bigger and started earning their living as a result of that. Sadly then, because of COVID-19, things had been slow, and that didn't spare Gengetone. From royalties to revenue earnings and shows to support their day-to-day activities, which included engaging with their fans and doing more music videos, hence lowering growth. However, Gengetone was under evolution, where we were having some new vibe as times changed in their songs, where video and the lyrical part of it had changed to incorporate everyone in the society. Gengetone was there to stay, and it was just undergoing some positive evolution to make sure everyone enjoys the new wave in the current generation and generations to come. Miracle Baby, who is part of Sailors Gang, also thinks Gengetone is not dead, it is just gradually growing. Gengetone is an art similar to all other arts, and thus growth is gradual. We believe we grow every day, and a simple word for where it is right now is on top. Our hype was brought about by our day-to-day shows, and after COVID-19 came, the hype had to slow since it paused our lives. Also, considering the economy of Kenya, it had also gone down due to the pandemic, and so had we. Sagana, who is Rico Gang's manager, was also for the notion that people should be patient and wait to see these artists grow the genre and maintain it. Well, according to my opinion, right now I would say Gengetone is diversifying because the artists are trying to sing different styles. So dying is out of the equation. They are trying new styles and they are excelling in them. About comments from people, I would advise them to stay calm and wait for great projects set to be released by the Gengetone artists. They have surprises and it will be a shock to many. Odi Wayamurhanga from Boondocks Gang is one of the major examples when it comes to diversifying the tone sound. He released a song, Diana, that is a sweet love song in Kikuyu. We can actually call it the R&B. The lyrics are not nasty compared to what we are used to when it comes to Gengetone. Gengetone, as for me, I would say the wave is not dying down. It's because the artists have become too many and the upcoming are many, so the content has been corrupted. The upcoming are coming up with dirty lyrics and all, though I am not defending our music because we also do it, but it is just how you deliver. So it is not dying down, but I do agree the hype has gone down a bit. Though I can confidently say, the best will remain strong in this genre of Gengetone and they will be very few. Now as Boondocks we are trying to do a new style of music, like trap, reggae. We are trying to diversify, even my next single Diana, is very different. So we are trying to kill that monotony. As mentioned earlier, these artists depended on corporates and events to earn their bread. But now that the wave has gone down a bit, Gloria, who is the CEO of Clientele PR, thinks otherwise. She admits the genre has lost touch. Consumers have a different taste now. In my own opinion, Gengetone has lost its touch. This is because the consumer's taste has changed, and with the way the Kenyan fans are usually excited at the beginning and then lose the sight when something new comes. Adding that these artists need to go back to the drawing board and either reinvent themselves or look at how they can keep up the momentum. So as from what people are saying, is the wave dead? It is hard to judge or talk on behalf of them, but in my own behalf it is not dead per se, it's just going through developmental stages, and the artists should not give up but adapt to the change. Speaking on brands and corporates wanting to work with Gengetone artists, Gloria from Clientele PR says that the reason most promoters were attracted to them is because of the fact that they had an influence on the youth and teens, but in terms of pushing brands, no. Brands are intentional, so for that time it worked, for this time it can't work, cause who would want to listen to them when they have other things on their mind? Maybe some still want to use them, but for top brands I think their perception has changed as everyone is trying to adapt to the new normal. As we speak, many artists have gone back to producing and releasing music even with the pandemic. The latest Gengetone edition that got everyone talking is Mboji Genye, that came up with music and the lyrics caught so many Kenyans' attention. Why? Because they cannot understand what is being said, but it brought a smile on many people's faces during these tough times. It has been months of no social gatherings, which means a lot of those in the entertainment industry were struggling to make ends meet. They depended on events and appearances to make money. We had seen so many artists and DJs come out to say they were tired of the 30-day cycle by the president, yet there was no strategy in place to help them make ends meet. Kenyans were into Naija and bongo songs until Kenyan artists pushed a hashtag play Kenyan music by Kenyan DJs. That went on until mid-2018, where Kenyans were introduced to Gengetone genre, making Kenyans take a break from Naija and bongo songs. The first breakthrough of Gengetone was a song called Lambalolo by Ethics, which did well across the East Africa region. This paved way for other artists coming with hits after hits, thus making Kenyans love the music genre. DJs promoted the genre by playing in clubs, radios and TVs. Many artists joined in producing hit songs, as they call them, club bangers. Older artists saw their potential and decided to come in and support the genre. Ethics collaborated with the Kansol to produce the song New Position. Sailors Gang collaborated with KRG the Don't to produce the song Nandudes. Sailors 2 collaborated with Octo Pizzo to produce the song Wakeritho, which was also a hit song. Many Gengetone artists collaborated and came up with hit songs that was loved by most Kenyans, especially youths. The genre performed well until early 2020, when the genre started having controversies. This is when people started claiming the genre promotes drug abuse, rape, thuggery, and other bad vices. This controversies made the genre start losing plays in many platforms. Some of the songs were brought down from YouTube due to bad content, while other artists lacked money to promote their music or shoot their videos. The fan base started reducing since almost everyone was criticizing the genre of lack of content. Recently, Ethics chorus star Reckless was seen producing solo songs despite being a group of 4. Reckless, Swat, Seska and Zilla. This made Kenyans judge that the singer had quit the crew, despite the crew's DJ stating that they were all still together and working on the next project together. Regardless of the genre's downfall, Gengetone die-hard fans believe the genre is still on top of the Kenyan music industry and that people should listen on the rhyme and flow of the song but not judge on the content part alone. They also claim if Gengetone artists get good management and support, then Gengetone will be the best music genre in Africa. Kenyans have advised Gengetone artists to follow in the footsteps of musicians like Sauti Sol, Steve-O Simple Boy, Octopizzo etc. in order to prosper in their music despite the difference in genre. Through good music and good content, Gengetone will rise again and get plays in many platforms including Spotify, SoundCloud, SoundClick, Noise Trade etc. After the release of the hit song Lambalolo in the year 2018 by the group Ethic, this opened up the door for local music famously known as Gengetone music. Gengetone had been on fire since then until it came to a halt in the year 2020 as we hadn't heard a lot of Gengetone songs as before. The music industry has changed with the continuous growth of the Kenyan hip-hop from the year 2020. There have been many artists in Kenyan hip-hop such as Octopizzo, Calligraph, King Kaka, but many new artists have risen up such as Kahush, Boutrouse, Brooklyn Boys and Breeder. Ethic Entertainment are believed to have fathered Gengetone's sound. What was termed as the saving grace for the Kenyan music industry needs a saving grace itself. Gengetone died a silent death, tweeted one Twitter user who set the ball rolling and opened up the matter for discussion. We do not wish to be prophets of doom, but let us dissect, dismember, and analyze the now infamous sound and see where the dynamics changed, and the rain started beating the industry. Gengetone is a Kenyan genre that evolved from Genga, the hip-hop subgenre born out of California-based California Records, which had acts such as No Nini and Your Cali. The subgenre died once its luminaries stopped producing music. Actually, at that point in time, Kenya's entertainment scene was bereft of content, not talent. We still had the likes of award-winning band Sauti Sol, but due to the lack of Kenyan music, we turned to Naija and Bongo for entertainment. At the very least, each of the Kenyan traditional cultures, irrespective of the tribe, had a heritage of music, from the Tarab of the coastal people to Mogithi of the Ajikuyu community. Can we possibly say Gengetone is for Eastland's community? Pun intended. This genre came into play when the push for #Play Kenyan Music was rife on the socials. The evolution came just like COVID and slowly caught up with everyone from every corner of the nation. Uptown kids jumped onto the bandwagon and what appeared as a hood mentality became a national phenomenon. Kenyans have on numerous occasions been accused of not supporting their own sound and consolidating their identity in matters music. We had the likes of Genga and Kapuka, which many music lovers identified with and felt represented. Slowly, the infiltration of Bongo Flava and Naija music took over the airwaves and brought a complete overhaul of the local music industry. Before we knew it, Kenya had lost its identity in the music world. However, the same was saved by the birth of Gengetone, which many claimed had redeemed the industry. Importantly, it reignited the love for Kenyan music among fans. It isn't a coincidence that after the meteoric rise of Gengetone, media houses, which had for years shunned Kenyan music in favor of Nigerian and Tanzanian hits, also took notice of consumers' shifting tastes and began adjusting their playlists accordingly. When the then infamous turned club banger Lambalolo by the group Ethic Entertainment hit the internet, the group became an instant sensation, with everybody singing bar after bar. Inasmuch as many loathed the idea and looked down upon the four young boys with their low-budget video and almost poorly mastered song. Days later the song blew up and went viral, with their numbers drastically soaring to millions. Truth be told, Kenya's music industry deserved a wake-up call, and the timing for Gengetone gave us a much-needed breather and a new perspective. But as fate would have it, the sound received more hate than love. It received more backlash than support, was treated to all quarters of ratchetness and vulgarity. The shrewd lyrics coupled with some scantily dressed wannabe video vixens trying to shake what their mothers didn't give them were forced down our throats and literally slapped on our faces. A move that the then Kenya Federation of Copyrights Board's head, Ezekiel, was against from the word go. He actually went ahead and questioned the sanity of both the singers and their parents. Those kids who sing these songs, are their parents proud of them? Those kids who sing dirty things or post their nudes on social media, whose kids are they? Don't they have parents? Posed Dr. Ezekiel. A ticking time bomb, if you will. Their clout soon died and the group slowly started parting ways. Okenglo family is the most recent group to hit the headlines after they confirmed their split in order to focus on solo projects. It now seems that this trend is the drift of Gengetone artists, when Sailors member Shulkido dropped a Emogi the song, Ngunda and Gurum. The song loosely translates to "get drunk till you crawl." Though not exactly clear they were clout chasing, Lexi Young also changed camp and jumped into the gospel bandwagon after he got saved and denounced the ways of the world. The groups are not as intact as they were before. Reckless, of Ethic Entertainment led the way as he is known for doing major collaborations as a solo artiste such as Soda featuring Meja, Ea featuring Willie Paul, among others. Swat of the same group has also dropped a couple of solo projects such as Gari Kwobwa, which goes in line with his newly acquired bully figure. These are just a few examples. The dynamics of commercializing and monetizing such videos were not given a priority. With good beats and a smartphone, one would pass for a musician. Hood mentality has also largely seen many groups dissolving as their unprecedented popularity, a few thousand shillings and girls soon got into their heads, then boom. Egos the size of a house came into the picture. The artists adopted a different arrogant persona with little if any regard for timekeeping. Many are the times Gengetone artists got late for booked interviews, turned them down or couldn't simply hold a sober conversation. The biggest culprits were journalists, radio and TV presenters. Before long, corporates, who aimed at capitalizing on brand influence with the newly acquired fame that was attracting millions, were met with a different face, with most complaining of the artist's inability to deliver or honor agreements. Working as a group is a bit tricky and intense as you have to adjust and streamline all the members' calendars so as to come up with sellable content. While at it, you should learn the economics of the music industry and know how to put your mouth where your pocket is, advises Skoko of the famous award-winning band, Heart the Band. The infiltration of Amapiano sound has also dealt a big blow to Gengetone as a great deal of music lovers abandon the once revered Kenyan sound. The major foreign takeover in the local airwaves is courtesy of Amapiano, a music genre of South African descent. As is characteristic of the Kenyan music scene, the reception to the genre has been utterly profound, with urban radio stations and recreational joints according Amapiano hits massive airplay. Lack of good management was also to blame, as we saw tens of claims of manager-artist squabbles, with some falling out with their managers and the latter refusing with YouTube login credentials. Before long, feuds over copyright, ownership, and stealing of content were rife. Two groups, Boigenye and Gata City from two neighboring hoods, were up in arms against each other. So nasty was their beef with Madacho that security officials and local leaders had to be involved to calm ensuing tension. However, Madacho seems to have disappeared into thin air faster than he rose. Did these youngins toss themselves into the murky path that is the music industry without giving it much thought? We leave that to you.